I'm an okay cook sharing tasty recipes. Now before we get to our wonderful recipe for today, let's do what we always do on Cooking with Fatscraps, go straight to our mailbag. Dear Fatscraps, I am wondering where you get your spices for your tasty recipes. Signed, Wondering in Webo, Montana. Well, Wondering, I am very fortunate because I live in a very diverse area around here, and our grocery store has a lot of the things that I need, like pure sesame oil. But also we have an Indian grocery within a couple miles of my house where we can get a lot of the Indian spices that they don't have in the grocery store. Now I know where Webo is. It's the gateway to the great state of Montana. And you might not be able to have all this stuff in your grocery store. So when I was in rural Minnesota, we discovered a great place to order spices from. It's called Penzeys, and you're paying a little bit of a premium for them, but I'll tell you, they are the freshest spices that I've ever had. So there you have it. And Penzeys, if you're watching, I will do product placement so I can learn to live a life of leisure. Thanks. All right, today's recipe is what we call Vietnamese beef, right? Okay, and for this, again, you just need a few ingredients. You will need pure sesame oil, soy sauce, about a teaspoon or a taste of ground ginger, and a lot of garlic. Now, you can chop your garlic, but what I like to do is I like to use my garlic press because it makes the flavor more intense and the oils come out and work better. And of course, you're gonna need meat. Now, you can do it the way that I normally do it and buy already pre-cut stew meat. That works great. But there was a sale on chuck roast yesterday, so I got myself a nice chuck roast, and you can see it has fat on there. I will be cutting off most of that, but the flavor of this really outshines that of regular stew meat. And so we'll cut this up into bite-sized chunks in just a minute. And then our second dish is just broccoli. And I'll show you how I make it so that it kind of fits in with the Vietnamese beef. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time, cut up our beef, and then we'll come right back. All right. Now we have cut up all our meat and I trimmed it, but we're going to be grilling this, so I left some of the fat on there, and you can maybe see on there, and because we're grilling it, that fat will burn off, but it'll keep it nice and moist. So now let's make our marinade. It's really, really easy. Just take your soy sauce. Now, I've also, if you have dry sherry in the house, you can put a little bit of that in here. That tastes pretty good. But otherwise, just the soy sauce. And now, pure sesame oil, right? I don't know, maybe a teaspoon or a little bit more of that, okay? Your powdered ginger. And of course, your garlic. Okay. And as normal, I forgot to get a fork to mix this up. All right, so just mix this up. All right, then just put in your meat. And that's it. So we're gonna let this marinate for about an hour. The longer the better, right? But normally by the time I get home from work, I don't have a lot of time, and so I just do it for about an hour, and it works really well. Okay, I'll see you in about an hour. All right, our meat has marinated for about an hour now, and I started my grill, and on my grill I have this flat pan that goes on top of it so that I can just throw the meat on there and it doesn't fall through the slots. My drink of choice to go along with my Vietnamese beef, yes, there's my dog, is Stella Artois. Now, it's not the normal Stella, but they're Solstice Lager. And so, here's to your health. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain our meat and keep your marinade, okay? So we're gonna use that to finish our broccoli. That was a lot harder than it looked. Okay, So I've drained that, and now for the broccoli, this is how I do it. I will microwave this for about 5 minutes, and then it's actually it's cooked. And then we will saute it in the marinade, and it gives it a nice flavor, and it goes really well with the beef. I've started my rice, and so we're gonna wait until the grill is hot, and then we'll put the meat on the grill. I'd love to show you my grilling expertise, but it's really dark outside, and so I can't really film it, and that's the way it goes. Okay, see you in a minute. All right, the meat is grilling. It'll be done in a couple minutes. My rice will be done in 2 minutes, and I have microwaved my broccoli, and I ended up doing it for 4 minutes, and that's just perfect. Have my pan nice and hot. Now, there's oil in your marinade, so you don't need to add any more oil to this, so just throw this in, right? And put in your marinade as much as you'd like. And all this really needs to do is make sure you heat it through so that the marinade's nice and cooked, and it will brown up the broccoli very nicely, and then you will almost have dinner ready. See you in a couple minutes. All right, well, I have my rice, and look at this. It's very good, and it's got crispy bits and chewy bits, and it's really good, so we'll put some of that on our rice. Excellent. And of course, our broccoli that has been sauteed in the marinade. And then my favorite condiment, as always, when it comes to this, is sriracha. Put a little bit of that on there.